Hey, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Jonathan Igudaro here with another Unity game development tutorial. And today we are going to be working on screen shakes and particle systems. So, in the last tutorial, we actually made this simple game where this hammer just rotates around this shield game object and protects it from incoming enemies, right? So, what we are going to do now is we are going to add some particle death effect. So, once the enemy gets hit, after it dies, there's going to be a particle that will spawn out or a little explosion. Then, right after it does that, the screen is going to shake a little bit, okay, to give it kind of an impactful effect, right? So, with that said, let's get started. So, the first thing we're going to go into the hierarchy and right click and click on particle system. Let's just rename this to explosion, okay? So, the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to actually change the current image that is being spawned out, right? I don't like it. It's too blurry and it would fit the style of the game. So we're just going to come under assets and right click and create materials right there. Just name it anything you want. Click on it, then go to where it says standard. You go down to sprites. No, yeah, sprites. No, sorry. Go down to particles and we click on additive. Okay, so what we can do now is we can drag in a circle sprite game object into this material where it says non-texture, right? So just drag in a circle sprite game object. Note that if you are importing a circle sprite from Unity directly, it wouldn't work. Okay, so I'm just going to show you that really quick. So if we click on the material and drag in this circle, right, and we'll go back to our explosion, go down to renderers, and we'll drag in this material in there. So you can see it wouldn't work. Okay, so that's why we need to create our own personal circle from another software, or you can just download it from Google. So just a small circle sprite. Okay, so that's what I did. I actually downloaded this circle sprite from Google instead of making mine. So yeah, you can do the same. Oh, sorry. So yeah, let's go back to the material. Okay, then let's go to sprites, then let's drag it into it. Okay, so instantly once you have done that, you can go to where it says renderer, click on it, then drag in the material right in there, just like that. Okay, so I kind of like the shape of this explosion, right? Oh, why do I keep doing that? Okay, so yeah, we're going to mess with the shape a little bit. So the first thing we should do is let's change the duration to 0.1, 0.10, yeah. Then let's uncheck looping because we don't want it to continue looping. We just want it to come in like an explosion, right? So yeah, let's think we should change the emission to just one burst. Okay, so it's just going to come out with one single burst, right? Then we click on the shape also. So let's change the shape from cone to, let's say, a sphere. All right, so let's play that. So yeah, I think something like that is okay. Then let's change the start lifetime. Let's actually give it a random between two constants, right? So there are some particles that will last longer when they are spawned out. There are some that will die quickly and there are some that will last longer. Okay, so let's just say 0.8 and 0.5. Okay, then the start speed, I think we could just leave that at 3. Let's try that out. Okay, awesome. Then also the let's change the start size. Okay, let's also make it a rounded between two constants, right? All right, so I think I'll give this one 0. Let's say 0.2, no, 0.2, and let's say 0.4. 0.4. Okay, let's try it out. Awesome. I think that's good enough. Let's actually reduce the start speed. Let's say about 2 seconds should be enough. All right. Awesome. So the next thing we can do is we can actually animate it in a way that when the particles are dying out, they will actually animate and they will sort just kind of like giving it a shrinking effect, right? Because currently, if we look at the particle system, it just dies out once, and which is not really fun. Okay, so let's just change that. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to go to our texture sheet animation. No, I don't think that's it. No, let's go to size over lifetime. We'll click on that to check it. Then let's click on we'll click on this, right? So now let's change this graph. So let's drag it up, okay, and bring it down. So what we have actually done is that it's actually going to give it a kind of a shrinking effect, okay, after we have done all this. So let's test this out. So as you can see that works perfect. Awesome. So I think that is okay. Cool. So yeah, we can also change the color of the explosion, or we could just leave it as that. We can change it to red. So let's try that out. It doesn't really change. I don't know why. Alright, okay, awesome. So as you can see, the particle changes to red. Okay, or you can also give it a random between two colors right here. So there are some particles that will have let's say red, and there are some that will have let's say black. Okay, so yeah, something like that. Just keep playing with it until you find something that you really like for the explosion effect. Okay, so now that the explosion effect is ready, let's go open our prefabs folder and let's drag it in as a prefab. Okay, then we can delete it from the hierarchy. Then let's go into our, let's say, our hammer script. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be coding that when the hammer hits a game object, it's going to instantiate that explosion prefab. Okay, really simple stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a public game object, right? I'll just call this explosion prefab. Okay, so now let's go into our trigger events. So all right, so right here, immediately it hits the enemy game object, it's going to instantiate that particular system. So we can just go right there and put in our line of code saying instantiate explosion prefab at transform dot position. No, it needs a small letter t. Transform dot position, then continuum dot identity to freeze the rotation. Okay, so we'll just hit Ctrl S on that. Let's head back into Unity and let's test out our code. Okay, so I'm just going to enlarge the screen and let's hit Ctrl P. Okay, let's try that one more time. Currently isn't doing anything. What's just happened? Let's go back to our hammer. I think we have a little problem here, guys. Oh, okay. I think we should move this line of code down. Let's save that one more time and let's test it out. Okay, Control P. Oops. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, we actually forgot to drag in the prefabs into the hammer. Okay, so let's just click on the hammer game objects, and let's go to our prefabs folder and drag in the explosion. Okay, just like that. So let's hit Ctrl P, and hopefully it should work now. Awesome. So as you can see, it has a nice explosion effect, right? Which makes the game more, I would say more cooler, okay? So the game is less boring now, okay? So the next thing we're going to be adding to this game is, of course, the screen shake. So once you hit an enemy, the screen is going to shake a little bit with the explosion effect, which will make it a lot more cooler, guys. Okay, so let's get to work. So the first thing we're going to be working with animations now in this tutorial. So if you don't have your animation window already set up, you can just go to this tab where it says Windows. Then first of all, we're going to bring us our animator. Okay, so you can just set it up anywhere you want. I'm just going to leave mine next to the scene view. We'll go back to Windows and bring out the animation window. So we're going to set this right next to the project. Okay, so we'll click on our camera because it is the camera that will actually want to place this animation on top, because it's the camera that is going to shake to give it like a shock effect, right? So we're going to click on the camera and we're going to create a new animation for it. So let's just call this one idle. Okay, so this is the animation that will play when the camera isn't moving, meaning when the hammer hasn't hit an enemy, so it's just going to be stationary. So we can just retype that same figure right there just to add a key to the animation timeline. Okay, so after that little animation is done, we're going to click here and create a new animation clip. Then we can name this one shake. So this is the main animation, right? So let's click on our record button. So after let's say about after 2 seconds, we want the camera to move to, let's say, 0.2 to the right. And after 2 seconds again, we are going to recenter it and to make this 0 again. Then after 2 seconds again, we are going to move it minus 0.2 to the left. Then after another 2 seconds, we are going to center it. Okay, so if we click on the play button, you will see we have our shake animation ready. So this is the little shake that we want. I think this amount of shake is perfect for the game. Okay, we don't want it to be too much. Awesome. So we're going to go into our animator window. So as you can see, the animator window has already set up the idle animation that we made and the shake animation. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on the idle. Then we're going to right click and click on create transition. Then we'll drag it into the shake. Okay, then let's click on this arrow and let's add the shake parameter. Now first of all, we're going to create a parameter. I actually forgot about that. We're going to create a parameter which is going to be a trigger. Or we can just name this parameter shake. Okay, so let's click on this and let's add the shake parameter. Okay, so let's go here to settings. So let's uncheck has exit time and let's change the transition duration to 0. Okay, so we're going to make another transition from the shake going back to the idle. Then we click on that arrow. We're not going to add any conditions to it. We're just going to change the exit time to 1 and the transition duration to 0. Okay, so we're going to go into our hierarchy and create an empty game object. Okay, you can call it let's say shake holder. Yeah, then we'll create a new script. Let's just call the script shake manager. Okay, so let's open it up in mono develop and let's start coding. Okay, so first of all, we're going to get rid of these lines of code. Okay, so we're going to write a public. Okay, public animator. So we can just call this one, let's say camera. Oh, sorry, public animator. Say cam anim. Okay, they will make a public void. So let's just call this one cam shake. Okay. Oops. Okay. So the reason why this is a public void is because we want to be able to access this script that we just created from other scripts. So we want to be able to access this script from the weapon script. Okay. So we can just write cam anim dot set trigger and the trigger that we want to set is the trigger that we made right here in the animator window, which is called shake. So we're going to put in the shake in those parentheses, shake. Okay, so let's save that and let's go into our weapon script. Okay, all right, so we're going to go up and we're going to create a private let's call it cam anim. What was it? A private shake manager, right? So this script that we made, we're going to reference it right here. So we can call this let's say shake. Okay, so in the start method, we're going to set shake going to be equals to game object dot find game object with tag, and the tag we're looking for, the game object we're looking for is the game object which has the tag let's say cam shake. Okay, dot get components, and the component we want to get is the shake manager. Wait. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to go back into Unity. We're going to create a tag for this shake holder. Okay, let Unity just quickly boot up that script for us. Okay, let's add tag. Okay, so I'm going to add a tag. We're going to name it shake. Okay, then let's assign the tag shake to it. So let's head back to our script. Okay, let's change it from cam shake to just shake. Okay, awesome. So we are going to head back to our script and we are going to go into our trigger events. Then here we're going to say cam shake. I think is here. What did we use to reference it? Okay, shake dot cam shake. Awesome. So I think if we didn't make any mistake, yeah. So let's just save our script and head back into Unity, and hopefully it should work. So we're going to drag in the main camera into this slot once Unity finishes booting up the script for us. Okay, so let's drag it in like that, and hopefully we don't have any errors. So let's enlarge the screen and let's test out our game. Awesome. So as you can see, once we hit an enemy, the screen shakes and just gives the game a kind of an impactful feeling that we actually did damage to an enemy. Okay, so I think the game is a lot more cooler. So yes guys, that is what I wanted to show you in this little tutorial. I hope it really helped you a lot and that you learned something from it. So I learned how to make a simple shake animation in Unity. You can actually make a shake system using codes, right? But we just decided to use animation for this. So I hope you also learned how to create a simple explosion effect with using the particle system in Unity. So yeah, with that said, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, consider clicking on the like button and subscribe to the channel to get updated on future videos. I think in the next video we're also going to be taking of a new game idea and just creating it from scratch right here in Unity. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. So with that said, subscribe to the channel, follow me on my social media page. I'll have the links down in the description. So have fun, stay blessed, and keep coding. Peace out.